Welcome back to the next session of a powerful women leadership workshop, Embrace Your Powers. Now, in the last session, what we learned was the 4 styles of communication and what are the pros and cons of each. Well, I would also like to add to that whatever learning style or communication style we learned about, at times it is okay to take on that style because the situation requires so. So for a passive communicator, it's not always good to be a passive communicator, but in 10% of the situations where it is about saving a relationship, it's okay to be a passive communicator, especially when it comes to your personal relationships. Today, we will talk about how to be more and more assertive, right? To sound empowered when we speak to people at work, at home, and in our personal and professional relationships. So let's look at a few questions that I want to ask you first today. So here are some questions for you. 1. And now these questions are, like I said, for you to be more and more aware of self, internalize, and check if you are doing any of these things. What is your answer to these questions? Is it yes or no? So your first question is, do you hesitate to ask people for help? Second, do you express anger and annoyance appropriately? Which means if you are irritated or angry, do you either shout or do you just keep quiet, or do you have some other nice method to express it? Third, do you ask questions when you're confused? Fourth, do you volunteer your opinions when you think or feel differently from others? Because at times we don't do it, ladies. We just think that it's okay because my view is different. It's better not to share it. If your view is sometimes similar than the other people, you tend to get excited and say that, yes, I am also of the same opinion. But what if it is different? Do you do something about it? Next, do you speak up in meetings frequently? Or again, do you keep your quiet pose? Next, are you able to say no when you don't want to do something? Very important question. Do you look at people when you're talking to them, which is about the eye contact? Right? So these are some really important questions for you to understand if you are confident communicator or not. If the answer to most of these questions is yes, you are on the right path. If no, then you need to look at what are the different things you need to work upon. Right, so let's move on and look at how to be more and more assertive in different situations. As we learned in our previous video, as to what style of communication is the best one, and we came to a conclusion that assertiveness is by far the best style of communication that you can adapt. All right, so there are 2 situations that I want to give you again, like I gave you the questions to self-internalize. One is, you are in a restaurant and you order a hot and spicy tomato soup, but it is served to you medium hot and very little spicy. What do you do? Do you accept it since you sort of like less spicy also, so it's okay? Do you angrily refuse the soup and insist on seeing the manager to complain about the poor service? Or do you call the waiter and indicate that you ordered your soup super hot and spicy and then return it or ask for replacement? Right? So make a note of your answers, and here is my second situation, and then I will tell you why I gave you these particular situations. So you are in a group discussion at work, which includes your boss. A coworker asks you a question about your work, but you don't know the answer. What do you do? Give your coworker a false but plausible answer, so your boss will think that you're on the top of the things to create an impression on your boss. Do not answer, but attack your coworker by asking a question you know he or she could not answer. Or indicate to your coworker that you are unsure just now, but offer to give him or her the information a little later. So guys, yeah, which one will you adapt? Now, if you see these two situations, sometimes we are just like, it's okay, it's not that bad a soup anyway. So let me accept, even though it's less spicy and not really that hot that I'd asked for, but it's okay. It's at least hot and at least spicy. Yeah. So in this situation, if you are doing this, or in the second situation, if you are uh, probably doing the second thing, you are into the zone of passive or passive aggressive, right? Where you're just accepting it anyway, it's okay. So if it is a very small situation, you can really let go. However, if these situations or if these things convert into something bigger in life and still your behavior or your attitude remains the same, then there is a problem. If you keep accepting things that really do not suit you and that can be changed by a proper way of communication and you're not doing it, then there is a problem, right? Or you're just faking up things to look good in front of people, that there's something wrong. So really internalize and think what your attitude is in real situations, in some more difficult situations in life. So how to be more and more assertive in different situations. Yeah, so that's what we're going to discuss in this video, so that this really helps us, because as women, this is what we really need very badly. The way to communicate with criticizers, with people who pass on judgments, with people who uh, keep on putting up responsibilities on our heads in different zones of our lives. So, how to be more assertive when criticized or made fun of. Okay, so if at all you know that a person who is criticizing or making fun of you is a manipulator, and this person mostly does it with everybody or with you a lot of time, what do you have to do in this case? Do not apologize or over apologize for anything. For example, you just walk in late to work on one of the days because of some emergency, and regularly you've been on time, and this person just passes a snide comment saying that, oh my God, people are late today. Okay, if it is a friend, you know, you will take it jokingly, but if it is somebody who always wants to manipulate and taunt people, you would not like this kind of a comment. But if you showcase it in front of this person that, oh yes, I am really sorry, I'm late today, I really apologize, and all of that, this makes it even more fun for this person, and this person continues doing it. So if you know this is the kind of a person who's passive aggressive or a manipulator, you need to really either ignore that comment or just say that, yes, I got late today because of some reasons. You don't have to really apologize, mind you. And second is, yes, if it is a very big mistake that you have communicated where the manipulator is also taking a part to criticize you there, you need to just accept a part of the place where you went wrong and do not really give too much weightage to the comments or opinions of such people, even through your words or body language. So that will really help you deal with manipulators who pass on judgments or criticize you. If somebody who's a manipulator criticizes me on my dressing sense, I would just say, what's wrong with it? I like it. And that person doesn't really get that weightage there. Second one is when you are criticized by a mentor or a person who's genuinely interested in your growth. Now, this person can be your boss, this can be your parents, or a mentor or a guru in your life who really wants you to grow in life, and they see you committing some mistake and they want to make it better for you. And they give you this kind of a comment about something wrong. For example, your mentor at work tells you that you did not really give a very good presentation. It was not as attractive as I had expected it to be. And you really, know this person and he is saying it genuinely. What do you do in this case? You ask for clarifications, you appreciate their input first of all, and ask for more inputs for improvement. So ask questions like, can you tell me what will make it better? How can I improve it further? And so on. Right? So these are the two things that are going to really take you way in dealing with criticizers. Number 3 is a person who criticizes you in a common casual scenario. So for example, you are in a party or you are in a family gathering and you are being criticized by someone or just made fun of. So people would love to pull legs of their friends in casual scenarios like parties and all of that, or you're going for a dinner or a lunch with the team and somebody tries pulling your leg. So it says when someone makes fun of you in a casual scenario like an office outing, family dinner, etc., and if it is not too derogatory, what do? Do not really make a face and get out of there. Learn to take on criticism and learn to make fun of self. So do not overreact. Take it lightly. Laugh with them and joke about yourself. This is a very good technique to be assertive when people are joking about you and the scenario is not very serious, like an office meeting or something. What you do is you just also follow them and joke about yourself. That's a very beautiful quality to have, guys. Okay, so moving on, these were the 3 scenarios that we discussed about being criticized or being made fun of, etc. Moving on, how to really say no assertively. Now we get into very difficult situations at times where relationships, friendships, and so many things are concerned that we can't say no really. But please remember that really would not solve the purpose. If you continuously keep on saying yes to things that you can't really take on in your plate, you will keep on getting stressed and it will be even worse for you, for your relationships. So take it very positively and say no repetitively. So it says when someone is putting a pressure on you for a particular task that you know you will not be able to accomplish. For example, I am your best friend and I come to you and say, let's go for a coffee. And you already know that you're overburdened with work. You can't go today, right? But then I'm your best friend. You are confused how to say no to me. But at the same time, you can actually leverage this opportunity and say that I'm sure you understand me the best. So I am really definitely not able to come today, but let's make some plans tomorrow or day after. I will keep you posted when I am free. So keep saying no, because people who want you to get some work done, when they know you are extremely busy, will keep on saying this or giving it to you over and over again about by showing how important their work is, or by showing how urgent it is, or by showing how big a mistake you're doing by saying no to them. But then you do not need to leave or lose your calm in this scenario. You need to repetitively say no, repeat your information in different manners so that this person gets the cue and goes away. So I am sorry, I would have loved to help you, but I am really overburdened today. I understand that you are in pressure, so am I today. I think I have always helped you when you needed me, but today I am just too overburdened. So yes, learn different ways to say no assertively and positively without losing your calm. Now, without losing your calm is very important, because the moment you lose your calm and you get anxious as to why this person is not understanding when you said no 2-3 times, it will be bad for you, because you will lose your focus and thereby lose your own productivity. Right, ladies? So like I said, for us it's a little difficult to say no, because the superwoman syndrome or the emotional being that we are, we always fall for people who show a little bit of sad face in front of us. So yes, please be careful and help people whenever you do have the time. Whenever you are too much loaded with work, learn to say no. Now, some last tips that I want to give you here for assertiveness for this session would be very careful about your body language in important conversations. You are sitting in a meeting, you are delivering a presentation, you are discussing something extremely important with your family members where your views are also going to be very important. Sit in a manner that you look very confident, which would be sit up straight. Do not lean or hunch anywhere, because that will again not look very professional and very assertive for your body language. Use your hand gestures when you're speaking, because that creates all the more impact, that makes you look more expressive and better. Keep an eye contact intact with the people you're speaking with. If it is a group of people, look at all of them. If it is one person, continue looking at this person while you guys are conversing. That makes you look more confident and more prepared for your conversations. Speak clearly, and if possible, make notes before speaking for an important event. So all these events that I talked about earlier, if required, I would say do it, but if you don't think the need to do it, you can revise it in your mind or by speaking. Otherwise, what you can do is make pointers somewhere in your diary, because that will make your communication more structured when you know which points to be said first. Yes. So structure your communication before an important conversation that you're going to have. Number 3 would be, do not shy away from sharing your opinions and asking questions. Don't really always be bothered about people's opinions, because that's what is something that we continuously do. What will he think? What will she think? And should I be saying? Should I be asking? Do not get into that zone over and over. So be ready with your questions and ask them. Number 4 would be, yes, when you're going for some important occasions or generally at work, also dress up well. Love yourself, pamper yourself, remind yourself of what you have achieved in life, no matter what people say to you. Sometimes some people in our lives make us realize all of our mistakes, but they don't really remind us of our successes and achievements. So that's something that you need to do. Remember your success, remember your achievement, remember what you've done for the family, for the office, etc. That will keep you pepped up all the time.